Can you play EIAO? Old MacDonald had a farm?
Horizon of the Moon.
Okay. At least you identified it.
Yes, well,
Well
a good Irish song he's put on there for things.
Very good.
Which is, I don't know. Am I the only Irishman at the table?
No, I'm half.
I'm a little.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm half,
little?
but I'm a
Little.
significant
You're not that little,
percentage.
My father was from Ireland for
Really?
a year.
I'm like a full quarter Irish.
A full quarter.
Yeah, I'm a mutt in all kinds of other ways,
Yeah.
but as
She is.
it's my greatest percentage.
Or as we say, you're not a pint, you're a quart.
How
Yes.
about your husband? Is he part Irish?
No, he's Polish.
Good.
And
Okay,
Italian.
My mother is Polish.
Polish is good. Your mother was Polish?
I think
Good
that
evening,
makes you
ladies
Polish
and gentlemen,
too.
and welcome once again to the fun show here at Big TV. If you're actually out there and your eyes are on the screen, you will notice that we have a bonus for you tonight because we
Beautiful bonus.
have four.
Two beautiful women.
Oh my goodness, Michael. We don't
right.
need to focus on.
And-
We're actually extremely intelligent
Very
women
intelligent,
who are
very.
Yeah, I
professionals
think they're
that
very nice.
multitask.
She has
Yes.
a nice husband.
Yeah.
I met him. He's a handsome man. Okay.
But this is about me, not him.
No, him. I was talking about your husband.
I know.
Okay.
Are you done?
Done.
Okay. All right. Continue, please.
Interesting, he didn't invite the husband to come.
I gave you an
That's what he said.
opportunity to completely segue, and you went right back to
I know.
it.
He's working
Anyway,
on a train.
ladies and
She'll
gentlemen,
tell us.
the motor mouth behind the keyboard is our host and producer, Michael Sowlin. Next to Michael Sowlin is our regular Kira Miner. I'm Arch O'Reilly, as usual. And the addition to our panel tonight is Erica Curcio.
Hello.
And
Curcio.
Yes.
Excellent.
Curcio, yes.
Very nice.
I took lessons on
Yes,
I
trying
was like,
Yeah.
I feel like he must have practiced that before
did.
he just went for it.
You betcha.
I'm impressed.
I'm one of the things I hate doing.
What'd you say?
I was saying I couldn't hear anything.
Well, he's talking, she's talking, you started to talk. And I was playing.
Yes.
All right, now I'm stopping.
Are you sure?
Okay.
You can contain
No,
yourself today.
well, yeah.
Because you
You gotta
seem
let
like
them
out
know
of
that
control
we have, on
today.
this show, we have music too.
Okay.
Besides everything else.
So you wanted to do it all at once. So we were
All
all
at once,
talking at the same
everything.
time, and you were
Yeah.
playing
Now
to
you
see if the
talk.
audience could keep
All
up.
right,
And there's
okay.
people there
I'll count to
watching
three,
you.
and everybody
You
say their
better
best
start
line
showing what a great
simultaneously.
I have nothing. I'm just going to embarrass myself.
Oh, this is
Oh, man.
All right.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is the November 4th. Watch me look at my watch. The November 4th edition of the Fun Show here
Yeah.
at Big TV, and we had an interesting football weekend, which half the panel is not interested in, but Harvard played Dartmouth. Dartmouth was undefeated, and they were winning for 59 minutes and 59 seconds, and then there was,
How do you know Erica's not completely interested in this?
because I asked her.
He did.
Not politics.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
I was sure I was going to catch him in an assumption, and I just lost. All right.
Anyway, they threw a ball in the air, it bounced off two Harvard guys, fell into a Dartmouth guy's hands, and they won 9-6 in
That's
the
the-
final moment. And that should have told me that the Patriots were going to get embarrassed
Patriots
yesterday.
played a
So
terrible game, and
So when they
Belichick
win,
and
Patriots
his son
lose?
are responsible, as far as I'm concerned.
For why? What'd they do?
Yeah, because it's father and son. They're not supposed to be on. They're taking care of the defense team. Two guys. What the hell do they need two of them there for?
I'm
They got
confused.
that team all mixed up. That's what I think.
Belichick and his son did something to break the
You
Patriots. That's
can't
what you're
have
saying.
families out there. It's like what's his name up in the box there, the owner.
Kraft.
Kraft?
Kraft.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Brookline resident, by the way.
What?
A Brookline resident, by the way.
Yes,
as is Tom Goat
And he said today-
Brady.
Maybe they're watching
now.
us
Doesn't
right now.
want that old stuff being brought up again. Okay.
And his son is the general manager of the
Yes,
team.
okay.
And
Okay.
talking about sons,
Yes.
or in this case, sons-in-law,
Yeah,
it now turns out
right.
that Kushner, Jared Kushner, the current occupant's son-in-law, actually has been recorded giving Saudi Arabia permission to kill Khashoggi.
Oh, they actually have this?
Yes. Yes.
It has to do with Israel of some way, right?
But I mean, you know, this guy was a renowned journalist, an American citizen, American,
And on real estate,
and etc. And Jared Kushner told the head of Saudi Arabia, "No, we don't object. Go ahead."
Well, who reported this leak?
I think it was either the
Wall Street Journal?
actually no, it was I forget.
Okay.
It was one of the magazine
It
forms.
just hurts.
okay,
It just
it is.
hurts.
Something
Yeah.
from Israel.
Yeah, it's
Just the nonsense of it all.
I'm really
Anyway,
You guys, can we move on?
we're hoping that the folks over at Goddard House there in the living room are tuning in and watching.
They're
and,
reading.
They're our
and
prime audience.
Yes,
Well,
they
we're
are.
we're going to have Erica give you an update later in the show.
all eating
as to what's going on.
popcorn
How many people are we usually looking at as our?
over there.
Maybe like 3 to 4.
We got a lot of people there.
Hey,
Hi,
But some
everybody.
of them probably watch from their rooms. So yes, so hi.
And,
Okay.
and we might do a show there, or bring some of them here. I don't.
Well, it'd probably be easier for us to go to
Yeah.
them
What,
than
what,
for
are they
them.
gonna, what is it?
But we
what do
would
they
love to.
call
A
it?
live audience also.
Reality
Yes,
show or
it'd be
something?
fun. You want to do a reality show?
virtual.
No, I don't want
Virtual
virtual
reality.
Virtual
Oh,
reality.
yeah, okay.
What do we need that for? The people will fall down putting those things on us.
This
No,
might be
that's-
true.
That would be actually dangerous.
Yes, it would be the. Now I got a question from all of you.
Actually,
Okay.
don't put
And-
those
and it
on
has
when
to
you're
do-
up and walking around.
No.
With single people
Okay.
who are living alone in their homes. That's what I'm going to say. And they have to cook for themselves to make
Right.
a meal.
Right.
Now,
And you always cook too much.
This
you
article
don't
purports
cook at
to talk
all.
about the
Ramen.
problems that single people have when they cook for themselves. Now, you're an expert.
I think we've just defined this.
What?
I said you cook too much. Kira said, or you don't cook at all. Look at us. We're the personification of these two solutions.
That's pretty funny.
See, he and I look great. Yeah, okay.
Nope.
I mean,
I used to
nope,
cook.
Fair
No.
enough. It is what it is. It's if I had to cook, I end up wasting because every recipe is, it ends
Too
up being
many.
too much. And then how many days can you eat the same thing for lunch?
They say in this article here that if you cook it, you should eat it and be proud of the fact that you cooked it.
Oh, and then you
I
look
am
like
till
me.
day 4.
Well, are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy, but if I stand next to Kira, we're a 10.
It's all-
it's
see,
all
but
relative.
It's all, that's right.
You're
It's
the
all
one, I'm the
relative.
0.
You're too funny.
That's what the whole article
So I was
is
looking
about.
for some
Basically,
identifying
saying
piece of
just
information.
go ahead and
and-
cook it and eat it.
And eat it. Now, they say that don't binge. Don't binge. Don't suddenly eat too much.
I think that's what people do too often, though.
What?
Yeah, especially when
People
you
do
when you
that
live
too
alone.
often, though. People do that often.
Yes, they do that.
Yeah.
But they say it's not a good idea to do that. First, you look in the mirror and you decide if it's a good idea to eat everything in sight.
So
So
if
you have to
I,
have a dialogue with yourself before
Yes.
you eat.
That-
so
That's
if I
right.
if I cook a 7-pound corned beef, I'm meant to eat it all.
Well, you can eat.
What
You know,
about my
it's
turkey?
like-
I'm meant
You
to
can
eat
make
it
a
all.
How much
sandwich, you
room,
know,
like,
you could-
for so many days until it starts to go bad.
guess
You
I
could
could
eat some
make-
cereal first or
Soup.
something like
I could
that.
make a biblical quotation and say that I should go out to the byways and bring in people to finish up the food. For
There
me.
you go.
Learn to
Anybody
resist.
here hungry?
Learn to resist the cultural signals that prod you to dismiss the things you enjoy as guilty pleasures.
It also says binging Netflix and
What?
binging Netflix and pizza.
Well,
And pizza?
Yeah.
They
Not a
go
good
together.
idea.
they don't
Okay.
binge at our place, do they? Would you say?
I don't think so.
I don't think I
Unless
never
they're
saw
ordering
any
pizza.
binging.
I mean, you guys have your own space, so everybody could be binging behind
That's
closed
true,
doors.
that's
I had
true.
two
You close
ginger
that
ale.
door. You don't know what people do behind closed doors.
You
Wait a
have,
minute.
you allow
the
you
doors
allow,
are open.
Your door was shut. And you have a fridge in there. How do we know what you're eating?
That's different. You're right.
Hold
but
on,
I don't
hold
cook
on.
in there.
I want to know something.
What?
Do you allow like pizza delivery and stuff?
Yeah, why not?
Like, exactly.
Yeah, they
Why
have
not,
pizza
right?
You have,
delivery.
just
yeah.
think of your
Right.
own apartment in a
And
complex.
when they come,
but they
people
cook for you.
stampede to get
Which
their
is why his
pizza.
argument
Yeah.
is
So
flawed.
it's easy
It's
to
a big
binge.
deal when they.
It
when
is
this
easy to
pizza
binge,
It
truck
is
I think.
comes.
extremely
Yeah.
easy to binge at your place.
And your refrigerators are
It's a mini fridge.
Yeah,
mini
they're
fridge
not
like
too
a
big.
dorm fridge.
Yeah.
It's a little bit
Which-
bigger than a
which
dorm
means
fridge.
if you-
It's not like that. It stands like
Oh, yeah, I
that.
guess
If you
so.
Because they don't
order
have to hunch
Yeah.
down to use it. Because you wouldn't want to do that to the elderly.
if you if
Thank you, sweetheart.
if you order a large pizza, you gotta eat it because it won't fit in the fridge.
So if
Well,
anything,
yes,
we're
fold
we'll
it
eat
down.
it, but there'll be
Say
no
that.
garlic on it.
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
So
see?
I'll
For you
remember over there.
specifically.
He
you
can't
have a
eat
gar-
it if there's garlic on it. Okay.
How do you get any pizza without garlic on it?
By asking specifically and
But
making
isn't
a
it
point.
in the sauce? Like,
Well,
isn't
if it
pizza
is-
sauce
think
got
it is.
garlic
He
in it?
doesn't eat it.
If it is, I don't order there.
That's
Okay.
right.
So then you figure out.
I
Okay,
wanted to get
fair
a
enough.
pizza on my flight home from
Okay.
St. Louis, and I said to them, "Go in the kitchen, find out if you have any sauce without garlic in it." No. Okay, I'm gone.
That was it. Okay.
We'll be set.
So now we know Arch does not do garlic.
Archer
Okay.
is allergic to garlic, and
Now-
it's,
Oh, wow.
We can break all this down, it says here, self-care into 4 buckets. Physical, mental, social,
and Kentucky
spiritual.
Fried.
Think
Okay.
of the last one as a grab bag. Well, listen.
Spiritual grab bag.
Yeah, a spiritual grab. Yeah, think of that as a grab bag. Using those frames of reference, you can begin to experiment with different techniques that might work.
So, Michael, what have you done since reading this article?
What do you mean? I ate an apple there in the room. I had an apple. I offered you an apple. Remember?
What
It
kind of
doesn't
apple
change
was
him.
it?
He
It
just
was
he
a-
imparts the
begins
information
with
upon
M.
us.
Well, it was either a
It's that
Macintosh or a
high-
Macoun or a
What did you call it?
A Macoun.
Macoun.
McCown.
Or it could be a Melrose.
No,
or it could
this
be,
is it's a McCown. McCoon, I called it.
yeah, that's true. It's a perfectly
Our audience is
acceptable.
struggling to keep up with the Apple conversation.
Well,
No.
but this apple is special.
McCown/McCoons.
Is that the
are-
one that like it's like the most
Now you don't
hard to
know
find?
this, but he makes applesauce every year.
I do know this.
You know.
Okay.
Because he bragged.
So-
you had a. I
right.
had some.
So when you
too.
hit me,
I
you,
didn't
you
have
meant me to
some.
transfer the hit to her.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you
Me-
don't know.
Well,
I
it's-
don't.
it's- you're supposed to say me too.
And you're
See?
now-
Then
Me
I-
too.
and you're now
okay,
entitled
got
to
it.
it.
All right, I'm working out.
Very good.
We're trying to
very
figure out this
good.
4-person dynamic
Okay,
here.
we're getting
you know?
there. All right.
Well, it's very easy. We can
No.
have 4 people if Michael just talks all the time.
Okay, embrace the process, it says here.
Embrace the process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
How are we
Okay.
doing?
I
maybe like a
don't.
minute or two.
Effective self-care isn't something you do, it's a lifestyle. I know, but stay with me. Stay with me on this. My self-care routine is very much that it is a routine. Mr. Borges said, what I have learned in the past is if I make a decision based on how I'm feeling in the moment, I will make bad decisions. How do you like that?
Michael, did you have to read an article to learn that, though?
Well, this is a very interesting article.
I like to
I
think-
went over this several times.
I
Very
like.
seriously.
I like the part
Then I
about.
went out and had soup, and I enjoyed that too. Thin soup without a lot of stuff in it. I told him.
Was it the article that said "Stay with me"?
Well, you,
Like, were you reading from the article?
Yes, yes.
Stay-
Yeah, I
so,
read
so
some of
this
it.
author was so worried that people were going to be checking out at this point. He's like, no, stay with me. I'm going to make a grand point here.
Well, I
and
would-
you really absorbed his grand point.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Well,
self-care is a routine.
I like the
it's
part
the same
about-
like, in a marriage, right?
No,
Marriage is,
okay, well,
you want to keep it going. It's, you need to do things weekly,
Then I was going to tell you about
routine.
Japan. If you go
Wait
to
a second, wait a
Japan,
second. I like the part about here about 4 buckets. I thought it was about diet. And I was thinking that the current occupant has really accepted that, except that all 4 of his buckets are Kentucky Fried.
Well, anyways.
Japan.
Japan. There is in Boston something called the Japan Society. And they came here must have been about 25, 30 years ago. They came, the mayor of this city in Japan, Kyoto, which is the cultural center. Have you been there?
No, but I know the story. I know what you're about, not talking with their mouth full.
No.
Because that was a whole thing that they made it. They asked tourists not to talk. That was on the news today in that part of Japan.
That's
that
another
they didn't
part
want
of it.
tourists to. They asked tourists to please not talk while you had food in your mouth.
As tourists.
As tourists.
Oh, wow.
Like an actual proclamation from. But go ahead then. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on
it's
your
okay.
moment.
It's all right. Okay. And anyways, I got to be friendly with the mayor of this city in Kyoto. He didn't speak English and I didn't speak Japanese. And he had a translator who I think spoke French. It was a bad scene altogether. We couldn't understand each other. And so I said, would you like to have a drink? And he bowed his head. I went over and got a scotch and soda for him and one for me. And he put his head down and he had had that, and I went and got him another one. He started feeling good. Big smile, the mayor. Anyways, I said through his translator, I run this school in Jamaica Plain, and we have an art teacher there that wants to deal with you and the children of this place, Kyoto, and we're going to do art, and will you do art, and we'll do an exchange. So this was all translated, and he agreed. He was a big smile, and about 3 or 4 months later, big box came, and in that was all these beautiful paintings that the kids had done. Must have been about 25. We, on the other hand, she had picked out about 25 that the kids in our school had done. That's my wife, who was the art teacher then.
Very nice.
Okay.
See, I didn't realize it was a personal story. I
Yeah.
thought you were pulling a story from the news.
That's it. So
Excellent.
So we sent our art to him, and they called us up, and they said they loved them. Could they keep them? And I said yes. And he said, you may keep ours too, he told me, the mayor. And we had them
Very
up
nice.
around the building. It was very nice. That's not the end of the story. 2 months later, there was a troupe in Boston called some kind of drummers. I forget the name, a Japanese name. But the drums were 5.5 feet high. That's a big drum,
Yeah.
okay? There were 5 of these. They couldn't get them through the doors of our school. These,
Oh no.
and there was a fellow who was a translator, and he said, not to worry, we take care. And so what did they do? They took out all these tools, they took the doors apart and everything, and made a big space, and the custodians, also known as janitors, went wild.
Wow.
They said, who said you had permission to do this, blah, blah, blah. And these people had everything in little bags when they disassembled the whole thing, and the bags wrote down where it came from
Wow.
and which section and all the rest. Anyways, we got everything into the school, onto the stage, and another big story unfolded there, but that's enough. Because that'll
We'll
come
have to do
another
our
week.
play.
That's another week. Okay, now,
Well, thanks for sharing, Michael.
okay.
He very rarely tells us
Yeah.
a full story about his life on the
Ladies and
program.
gentlemen, it is now time for the Big TV Unrehearsed Thespian Society's presentation for this evening. This came skimmed virtually off the top of the vault on things. Interestingly, it has a very simple name. It's called Guys.
But
And
I changed it.
What'd you change it
Guys and gals.
to? Oh, guys and gals?
What do you think of that?
as opposed to Guys and Dolls.
No, just guys. Guys and Dolls is a real name for a real show.
Really?
gals.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Well, that's the way I am. I like to pay attention to these things.
I got the horse right here. His name is Paul Revere.
There you are. See?
So we're going to call this one Guys and Gals.
Okay. Ready?
Guys,
All right.
guys
Ready.
and gals.
Okay.
Then. Action.
Well, now that you ask, I'm fine, but my job is stupid.
At least you're not a 5%er.
So it's entry level again?
Yep, ready to start over.
Find and bind.
I'd say he's people-oriented.
For $15 an hour?
Is that our president's minimum wage?
But no, the Republican presidential candidates,
Yeah, got all kinds of expenses, pal.
Yeah, like ground and pound anywhere.
and comfortable with customers.
He's a people person.
Different stuff for different budgets.
Massage can melt the pain.
And the stress.
Maybe a group home.
You'd be good at it.
Give psychic readings if you can.
To solve tax problems?
No, like spiritual healing.
Or a tooth whitening study.
Gotta test a new drug. Zazetudol.
Evolving possible participant.
Who have rheumatoid arthritis and a cough.
And do not want a hysterectomy.
Help them complete questionnaires to enroll.
Diagnosed, but not yet treated.
I always wanted to be a physician.
Chiropractor, podiatrist, or optometrist.
Well, he could qualify as a veterinarian too.
Great with animals.
But actually, I decided I'd prefer investments.
Hedge funds aren't great right now.
How about penny stocks?
Pharmaceuticals, that's my choice.
Selling new drugs to doctors.
Zazutidol.
Splendid, but old hat.
Take them out for drinks and lunch.
Can't be tipsy during patient exams. Haha.
New one. I got a new one finishing final tests for approval.
I can't sleep at night.
Somnambulism, perhaps.
Neuropathic symptoms.
Try to placebo?
Must be contagious.
Can she get compensated?
Oh, that's my problem.
Sounds like hypertension.
Thai walnuts twice a day.
And drink a lot of bottled water.
What about the tap?
Ever heard of fracking?
Leads to daily earthquakes, I hear.
That's silly.
Can't hydrate even.
Well, you know I can fix things, too.
I need a plumber.
So do people in debt.
Losing homes? That's called eviction.
Mortgage troubles?
Stopgap measures?
Reduce payments on your loan.
Senator Warren's Consumer Energy
Family can't sleep under a bridge.
Agency.
Well, the city has beds for the homeless.
But you will be selling securities.
A different clientele, I assume.
But you know, I'm a pretty good actor.
Audition for film or TV series.
What about advertising?
Sure, I could do commercials.
Sure, play different characters.
Well, he'd be selling products of some kind.
I did do some drama in high school and college shows.
No one mentioned public service.
Yeah, MBTA drivers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I always liked trains and buses.
Collecting fares from passengers.
Might be tricky for him.
But I need to be busier.
Then there's
Heavy traffic and lights.
no problem.
Sorry. Big challenge, so different.
Yeah, you might be right.
How about late night work?
Big newspaper route.
That sounds good. I'd be on my own.
Nobody to give you a hard time.
He could do it.
I'd be my own boss.
But make all those deliveries?
It's not big money.
Oh, well, I got plenty of ideas.
Companies constantly seeking agents.
That means big turnover.
Yeah, you can't please everybody.
And he's a rugged individualist.
Snow, ice, storms wouldn't stop him.
I think it's possible.
I just have to produce some good results.
He's got the willpower.
Studying and learning the route now.
And I got a big, dependable SUV.
Job seems made for him.
He's got bad feet.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Well, he has to get in the out of the car. That ain't gonna help.
He could toss papers from the car.
Oh, that's
But you know, I got good shoes now.
Maybe he should rethink all this.
We're moving too fast.
I really was making progress in my old.
You could still continue.
and consider our discussion.
It does make sense.
It's the adult thing to do.
Doesn't hurt to wait a bit.
Yeah, I could still be very successful.
Sure, even if it's stupid.
Blackout.
Yay! We did it.
Now you've survived your first show.
I did survive.
Everything else. And we still got some time. And tell them about next week.
Tell them now.
Why not?
Because what if we run over and you forget?
Oh, that's even better.
No show next Monday. It's Veterans Day, folks.
Okay.
So don't.
That's right. We're going
You
to
have to
Veterans
find
Day.
something else to do. You probably have a program for Veterans Day.
We do have a program for
We do
veterans.
have a program for Veterans
So what can
Day.
they do rather than watching the fun show next week?
At 2 o'clock, we're going to have a service for all of our veterans. We have 14 of them
Yeah.
at Goddard House.
Only 14?
Only
I'm
14.
surprised.
Wow.
I
Well, there's
thought
some
you had.
women that live there too, you know.
Yeah, a lot of women.
Well,
Yeah.
there are women veterans.
There are, but we
don't
don't
have
we,
any,
we don't
but
have
there are.
any. I don't think.
Yeah.
We have 2 nurses, though. I don't think they're veterans. They look like they're veterans of something or other. I don't know. I can't.
Don't older people look like they're veterans of something?
Yeah,
No,
veterans of
no,
life.
I think that, yeah, exactly. No,
No, we look like heroes. Very,
Well, you know what, you're
very
right.
heroic looking, all of us.
yeah, under all circumstances, right?
Thank you.
Mike Sallin, Sam Elliott, same thing.
Same thing.
Thank you for my service. Okay.
Thank you for your
Yes.
service.
Thank
sir.
you
you.
for my
service.
service.
Yes.
That's the line. Okay.
All right.
Anyway, so what is on the show next week?
At Goddard House,
Yeah, what are we going to do? We're going to raise.
we're going to raise the flag,
Yes.
the POW flag, and the American flag.
She got that flag because she knew I was the only POW in the house there.
Well, out of
Yes.
14
Nice.
veterans, I thought there were that many ex-flyers in there, but
well, there aren't anymore. They're
No?
dead. I have to tell you, they've been flying around, and things happen when they're flying
oh,
around.
I
all
see.
the time.
Yeah.
They're flying because they're now ethereal,
Now, this,
ectoplasmic.
this place, everybody's drilling for this event. It's going to be something. I may bring my bugle if I can find it.
Or your harmonica, what the
Yeah.
heck?
That's
right?
true. the
I want to hear the
harmonica.
bugle.
Are you going to go out to the town festivities
Yes,
and
I'm
stuff?
glad to get over
as
there.
you usually do,
I do.
down at the,
Yeah,
what is
we
it?
go to
It's
4
at the public
cemeteries.
library, right?
4 cemeteries. And then they have a nice feed afterwards for everybody that's there. You
A
folks,
feed. A
it's
nice
called-
feed?
Yes,
feed,
it's
yeah.
called binge eating.
Ah, binge eat at the
That's
feed.
why I went into all this.
He's going to spend the rest of the week sharpening his elbows.
Yep.
No, you can come, and you can come, and you'll see. It's a beautiful spread.
Nice.
And where's the spread? Is it
Yeah,
down
where's
at the
Right
Rutledge
there across the
Post?
street from the,
The Stephen Rutledge Post
that's it.
of the
That's-
VFW.
Right. And you just tell them Mike sent you.
This is a
That's
public
all.
service announcement.
Right.
And while we're on public service announcements, there's an upcoming meeting this week
Oh.
at the Advisory Committee where they will be considering whether or not to endorse the new rules for cannabis stores, which incidentally were accepted by the subcommittee on the thing. And these are the things that it's sales by appointment, shorter hours, these sort of putting some controls on
But
cannabis.
it has to be passed.
Well, so the thing is, if you're interested in that, if you're interested,
What day is it?
I
You
can't.
know, not
I think
sure
it's
of the day.
Thursday. I'm
'Cause
not
I
quite sure.
absolutely want to be there because I like these things.
But if
and
you look
they
up-
help me.
If you look
They're
up,
good for my health.
if you look up on the town website the advisory committee's schedule, you can figure out what it is.
Okay.
And if you're not up to that, ask your grandchild to look it up for you.
Oh, all right. That's, and
So we've actually wandered our way through. Erica,
okay.
Not yet.
We got like
so
I
what'd you
49 seconds.
what'd you think of your first appearance on the Fun Show?
It was good. I'd like to come back.
Did you have a good
Excellent.
I
time?
did. I did.
See?
And
She smiled more than she grimaced.
And she
Yeah.
didn't have to discuss any current events.
That is right. That's
Right?
right. That's right.
Okay.
Ladies
I
and
came
gentlemen,
here to learn back in the day, so now it's Erica's
The
turn.
next time you're bringing those cookies that I didn't get.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Okay?
all right, Cookie, good night.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say thank you, folks. Remember, we won't be on next week. We'll see you 2 weeks, same time, same station, here at the Fun Show on Big TV.
Good night, everybody.